Emerson. Today is Tuesday, March 22nd. On today's show, retail rescue correspondent Jasmine Book is in studio to show us where you can get the hottest spring fashion trends for the lowest prices.
And our very own Megan Mitchell is in studio to show us who she met this week.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Anna Rodriguez.
And I am Terry Stackhouse. How are you doing this morning, my friend?
I'm very well this morning, and I'm excited to talk about our first topic, so hit me with it, Terry.
All right, we are talking about bullying legislation within the state of Massachusetts. But before we get into Massachusetts specifically, we have a bullying video here for you. This has gone viral. It is all over the web, so let's take it over to Australia. This is the 16-year-old Casey Haynes. He is taking on a 12-year-old boy here. Casey is on the right side of the frame, the much larger boy, and he is just being tormented relentlessly here, and he is about to reach his breaking point. Goes for the armbar. He's going to pick him up. A jackknife powerbomb. That is going to leave a mark for tomorrow. But, okay, so here's what this has to do with Massachusetts. State Representative Marty Walls, who authored the mass bullying legislation 1 year ago, is saying now that 37 schools within the state of Massachusetts have not complied with the up-to-date standards for bullying legislation within schools. Now, do you think that schools need to really adjust the text here, or just kind of create a conversation about bullying?
I actually agree with administrators that feel that the federal government is micromanaging the way that they deal with bullying by having them fill out reports.
Is this bullying?
That's bullying. I mean, I can take the schoolyard bully telling me liar, liar, pants on fire, but when it gets to the point where I'm going home
when does it get too much?
When
you're just reaching your breaking point?
I think it gets too much when you start offending the person, whether
Have I offended you?
No, you haven't offended me at all.
Somebody who does offend me very frequently, though, the biggest bully in the whole GME club, is our newsman, Steven Selnick. We usually say something nice, not today. Steve, what's making headlines?
I got 2 words for you, Terry. Wedgie Town. Good morning, Emerson. I'm Steve Selnick, and here's the news that you need to hear. What a way to celebrate turning 100. When Fred Mack turned 95, he tried skydiving for the first time. After a successful attempt, he promised those who came to support him that he would do a repeat performance if he lived to see 100. After getting the all clear from his cardiologist, Mack took to the sky one more time and performed a flawless tandem skydive with a professional instructor. After the jump, Mack joined family and friends at a nearby hotel for a more traditional party. The Guinness Book of World Records is currently looking to see if Mack is the oldest man to ever skydive. When asked how he felt after the event, Mack simply said, "Well, I'm alive." One of Seattle's prize icons is finally coming home. Rachel the Giant Piggy Bank will assume her old post at the Pike Place Market, marking a full recovery from being struck by a taxi weeks earlier. The crash dented the pig's side and left a 10-inch crack in the left ear. The same person who made Rachel took responsibility for repairing her, carefully sanding and welding the injury closed. After a couple weeks of recovery, she's good to go and ready for business as usual. Rachel will be going on tour to show off her new look before coming back to rest at Pike Place, where she has collected change since 1986. Well, President Liebergott may be on her way out of Emerson, but not without a few gifts from the school that she gave so much to. A $1.5 million scholarship fund will be established in the name of our outgoing president. This amount consists entirely of alumni donations directly to the fund being set up in Liebergott's honor, along with other academic initiatives. And if that's not enough, she gets a theater named after her too. The Paramount Black Box Theater will be no longer known as such. From here on out, it's the Jacqueline Liebergott Theater. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised they didn't name Sweetwater after her too. Now back to 2 people who are scared to go higher than the journalism floor, Anna and Terry.
I've actually never gone higher than the journalism floor, and it is because I am scared.
Do floors exist above the 6th floor?
How do you know me so well? Now, tell me about Rachel, this pig. Where does all that money go?
Actually, the money goes to keeping the Pike Place Market clean, making some updates and repairs to some of the stuff that they got going on there. It's actually a big landmark in Seattle, and it's like a small little way to keep it nice.
What a great initiative by Seattle officials. I really like that idea. I think we should try it in Boston.
Hats off.
But thank you so much, Steve. Now it's time to throw it outside to our favorite weather girl, Lindsay Cannon. Lindsay, how's it looking out there?
Good morning, Emerson, and happy spring. We were all a little more than teased with the gift that was last week's weather, and I'm not sure how you felt, but I know you're dying to know what my feelings are, so I'll tell you. All last week, it was good, but now, Whoa, I'm thinking, what the hell? All I want is to dance around. I'm back to bundled up and it's not fair now. It was sunny, now it's dreary. Weather, won't you go and change, please? All I want is the sun, but now, whoa, I'm thinking, what the hell? And on that note, let's go to today's forecast. Today is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 47 and a low of 31. On to the 5-day forecast. Wednesday, it's going to be mostly cloudy with a high of 42, low of 34. Thursday, showers, high of 41, low of 28. Friday, mostly sunny, high of 42, low of 26. Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 41, low of 24. Sunday, rain and snow showers with a high of 41 and a low of 27. Now, this weather might not be the most uplifting, but I'm tossing it back to two people who will brighten up anyone's day, Terry and Anaritis.
That's so sweet.
So nice.
I like the song. It was uplifting. Is that an original song, do you think?
I don't know. I try not to watch the Disney Channel.
Terry.
But now it's time to check in with our good friend Ross Littman, our sports guy. Ross, big Celtics game last night. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, that's right, Terry. They are rolling their way into the playoffs. Good morning, campers, and happy spring. Time to get those hiking boots on. Ross Littman here with your mountain of sports knowledge for this Tuesday morning. 68 games down, and the Boston Celtics are officially your Atlantic Division champions. With a come-from-behind victory against the New Orleans Hornets Saturday night, the Celts clinched the division crown on the legs of a stellar performance from Glenn Davis off the bench. He had 20 points on the night. The team closest to them in the Atlantic standings is the New York Knickerbockers. Davis and company traveled to Madison Square Garden to face the Knicks last night. Second quarter, the dish is to Carmelo Anthony. Anthony gets in the lane. He gets the dunk. 22 points on the night for Carmelo. Knicks up early in this one. The outlet pass to Rajon Rondo. He finds Kevin Garnett from behind, gets the basket. He had 22 points and 11 rebounds. This three-pointer by Paul Pierce put the Celtics back in the game, only down by 4. They were able to tie it up, and then this airmail express to Ray Allen. He gets the end-around layup and the basket, and again, one more time, back to Ray Allen. He gets the basket. They blew them out of the water in the fourth quarter. Despite the cut on Ray Allen's head, Coach Mike D'Antoni upset. Baby mama Allen, she's very happy. The Celtics went on to win. Now, wrestling is not something you normally see at the top of sports headlines, and besides the ubiquitous references to the WWE that Terry and I make on the show, it's not something we normally talk about here. But this is a story worth talking about. This is Anthony Robles. He wrestles in the 125-pound division for Arizona State, and he was born without his right leg. Nonetheless, Robles got into wrestling at a young age, and he is now your national champion in the 125-pound division. Kid makes Zachary Gowan look like a joke. And he didn't just edge past Iowa's Matt McDonough for the title. Robles dominated him, winning 7-1. If my vote is worth anything, Anthony Robles, you are the true people's champ. And finally, besides taking shots at Terry's March Madness bracket, we haven't really talked much about the NCAA tournament here at GME Sports, so let's take some time to catch everybody up. Louisville, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Purdue, Notre Dame, Syracuse, and Texas have all fallen victim to the upset bug as we roll into the Sweet 16. Meanwhile, tournament favorite Kansas has strolled through their opening round matches and now faces 12th-seeded Richmond on Friday. And by the way, Terry, I went 12 for 16 with my Sweet 16, and all of my Final Four teams are still in it to win it. It's real. It's damn real. That's your sports for this Tuesday morning. Now let's go back to my favorite Rodriguez Anaritis, and much like the Steiner brothers, I like the younger one more, my second favorite Stackhouse, Terry.
Real nice, Ross. You know, I do not want to talk about my bracket anymore. Too personal. One thing about the sports segment that I love today, Robles, that wrestler, the flap for his leg, they couldn't hem it. It was just like waving in the wind there.
But he did an amazing job.
Good for him,
I'm on
seriously.
Team Robles
Unbelievable
today.
sports
I love that.
accomplishment.
Great story. Thanks, Ross. Now it's time for our first commercial break, but when we come back, Megan introduces us to Harvard students.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson. Now, Terry, in order for all of us to make it to school, we have to take the SATs.
Don't remind me.
I know,
it
is dreadful to even think about, but a story that caught my attention this week was these students that were complaining about a recent SAT question that prompted them to answer about reality TV.
Oh, God forbid. That's not academic.
Well, the New York Times reported that a lot of students have been going to this online forum called College Confidential to express their dismay at the College Board because they decided to include reality TV as a question on the SATs. Now, let me introduce to you the question. It says,
let's hear it.
Reality television programs which feature real people engaged in real activities rather than professional actors performing in scripted scenes are increasingly popular. Now, the question was, how authentic can these shows be when producers design challenges for the participants and the editors altered film scenes? The students were up in arms because they don't watch reality TV, and they said, I bet those students who watch crap TV probably did better than I on the SATs.
Perfectly worded question. I thought it was absolutely fine. I think it's amazing that there are students out there complaining about a gimme question. It's unbelievable. But somebody that I think probably answered that question very well in the SATs, or would answer it rather, is our friend Omri Rowland. He's got all the entertainment headlines today. Omri, how did you do on the SATs?
You know, Terry, it's not even possible, but I got 1,000 on it. Thanks, you guys. And I know you've heard the phrase, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That could be true unless you're an A-list celebrity. In that case, the phrase is more like, what happens in Vegas ends up on Good Morning Emerson. Hey guys, I'm Omri Rowland here with your entertainment update. Now, backtrack with me to last summer. Both Paris Hilton and Bruno Mars were charged on separate counts of cocaine possession while in Vegas. And while cocaine possession is no laughing matter, Hilton and Mars must be sharing a giggle or two at the expense of the district attorney who prosecuted both of them. This past Saturday, David Schubert, who judged both Mars and Hilton's trials, was arrested for the very same charge. Police pulled Schubert over after he picked up a suspicious-looking man and drove him to an even more suspicious-looking apartment. Schubert was caught with a significant amount of the white powdery substance, and after trying to outrun the police on foot, Schubert's drug dealer confessed that he supplies him with cocaine 3 to 4 times a week. So I guess if you're a Las Vegas district attorney, your motto is more like, what happens in Vegas is complete and utter hypocrisy. The DA's office has since released a statement announcing Schubert's suspension and impending termination. In other substance abuse news, Snoop Dogg has just signed on as the face of Colt 45 Blast, a new alcoholic beverage looking to fill the void left behind by Four Loko, R.I.P. Banned for its fusion of alcohol, caffeine, and delicious candy taste, Four Loko made headlines last year for promoting binge drinking and appealing to young consumers. Luckily, Colt 45 Blast is completely different. It's fruit-flavored, cheap, and it only has double the alcohol content of original Colt 45. Kids hate cheap, delicious beverages that get them drunk. And to make things worse, Snoop Dogg sponsors it. Kids hate Snoop Dogg. Give this product 7 days on shelves before some organization tries to ban it. Even though it seems like Hollywood endorses it, stay away from drugs and alcohol, kids. You can't have that kind of stuff on your record if you want to make it big in the industry. But if your record is clean, then you can get your big break this upcoming Sunday. Auditions for the US version of Simon Cowell's hit singing competition, The X Factor, will start in Los Angeles next week and make their way through New York, Miami, Dallas, Seattle, and Chicago by the end of May. So pick your favorite song and practice, practice, practice. But don't get too nervous because you might end up auditioning in front of no one. Even though the first round of auditions is only days away, half of the X Factor's judging panel is still empty. The only confirmed judges so far are Cowell himself and former Island Def Jam record executive L.A. Reid. Everyone from Nicki Minaj to Mariah Carey to Nicole Scherzinger to Usher, Katy Perry, and even British import Cheryl Cole have been rumored to be offered the remaining 2 positions. But as of today, no contracts have been signed, and if he wasn't in a big enough mess already, Simon has already failed to secure a host for the show. Reportedly, both Enrique Iglesias and former Gossip Girl Taylor Momsen have been asked to take on hosting duties. In addition to Dermot O'Leary, who hosts the British X Factor. Well, Simon, you seem to be in a bit of a pickle, but don't worry, I'm here to help you out. Mariah Carey's pregnant, Nicki Minaj is too new, Nicole Scherzinger has never had a hit as a solo artist, and no one in Middle America knows who Cheryl Cole is. Usher is great, and so is Katy Perry. As for a host, I don't know if Enrique or Taylor have the X Factor to host the X Factor, so how about me? I'll work for free, and I'll even make coffee. That's it for me and your entertainment update. Now back to two people who definitely have the X Factor, Terry and